I honestly didn't expect to make this video today. I had a bunch of other video ideas that I was planning on making, and this one just kind of came out of nowhere. I logged in yesterday and decided, hey, I've never actually tried out cantrips besides what you guys saw in that first video, which was basically just an introduction to cantrips. I did this spell quest, and that was it. Like, I got to rank like 1 or 2. I think I got to rank 2. And that was pretty much it. Like, the rank 1 and 2 spells aren't anything too crazy. And I decided to see what else cantrips has to offer. I ended up maxing cantrips in 1 day. So I am the max rank, which if you look at the badges, it goes up to cantrip artisan, which is the max. Even though it says that there's 10 badges, you cannot get the 10th badge. So rank 9 is the highest cantrip rank right now. So cantrip artisan level 9, and I am 20 XP out of 800. But yeah, you can't get to rank 10 because there aren't any rank 9 spells. You need to cast spells that are your rank in cantrips in order to actually gain XP. So we're going to go through all the spells so you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about with the leveling up of cantrips. But yeah, if you look at the cantrip menu, you have these spells that are your permanently learned spells that you can get from the NPC in Wisteria. We went over a bunch of these that were the rank 1 and 2 spells. And did I get any new ones since then? I know that the rank 6 spells are new. I think I got this one. Roll Dice is rank 3. So you get this one, Roll Dice. I haven't actually cast it. We'll just cast it and see what it looks like. You do end up getting this. Okay, we rolled a 5. So that's like a random, cast that you can do. I guess you could roll with another player and see who rolls higher. We also have Major Invisibility, which is 15 minutes of invisibility. The top ones are going to be these rank 6 spells. So there's Second Mark and Second Recall. Now, I feel like people were confused about this when they first saw the Second Mark and Second Recall, because Second Recall, I don't think it means second dungeon recall. I don't really know why you would need a second dungeon recall, maybe to have 2 dungeons at the same time, but that doesn't really seem that helpful. But the second recall means teleport you to your set second mark, which costs 30 energy. So we can go ahead and test this, because I know that these are the spells that people want when they look at cantrips and like, oh, having a second mark would be super useful. Well, here it is. This is the second mark. So in order to use it, you have to spend 2 energy just to mark. There it is. So this is the second mark. I could place my regular mark with mana right here. And there you have it. 2 marks. I spent so much time and effort on cantrips, so many resources, so many crowns in order to achieve this right here. 2 separate marks. So yeah, and then if I do this, it uses my regular mark with mana, and in order to teleport to the other mark, you have to go here and do the second recall. It's gonna cost me 30 energy, but I mean, for science, we'll do it. Minus 30, and it teleports you right there. So that is... Oh, but it's permanent. Okay, that's a little bit better, though. You don't have to set it again. So that is one benefit. You could leave it as a permanent mark. So if you have a place that you always go to, like the bazaar or something, you could use that as a permanent teleport to wherever you want in the game that, you can mark in, and spend 30 energy every time and be able to teleport there. So that's the one benefit. Okay, I can see it. But yeah, that is the second mark. There's no second dungeon recall from what I can see. That is rank 6. You get that from the NPC, and you learn it permanently. So those are all the permanent spells that you can learn as of right now. The way that you have to rank up in cantrips is by crafting these TCs. At least that's the easiest way right now. So we'll just go through all the TCs just to kind of explain what they do. So starting with fishing luck, I actually never cast any of these, but it just casts like an aura that grants you fishing luck, and I think other people around you can also benefit from it. But it starts at rank 1, well I guess rank 2, fishing luck 1, rank 2, and it gives you 15% for 20 minutes. You have to use, you know, fish in order to craft this, so I didn't end up crafting any of these because I didn't want to go fishing in order to do this. But yeah, you could go ahead and get the reagents for this, which are just fish, and then craft these. It goes up to rank 8 and costs 60 energy for 50% fishing luck for 20 minutes. So that is the new fishing aura TCs. There's also healing mana auras that you can cast that will benefit anyone around you. It gives them health and mana over time for 60 seconds. These ones, I want to point out that in order to craft the higher tier, the healing mana 4, 3, 2, all of these, you need the previous one. It requires the previous TCs in order to create these. And that ends up being a big deal later on because it becomes a lot more difficult in order to get all these reagents, at least it was for me. So I ended up needing like 24 ether ore, which is quite a bit, in order to craft like 12 of these to get to rank 9. So you have to cast 12 healing mana 4s in order to get enough XP to level up. Also, the amount of nightshade and deep mushrooms that you need in order to rank up cantrips is insane. You need hundreds of nightshade and also hundreds of deep mushrooms, maybe even thousands of deep mushrooms if you're transmuting to nightshade. So be warned about that. It's going to take a lot of reagents. They actually require Dagger of Absolution and Ring of Insight. If you're going to be going for this and you're trying to level up cantrips, I highly recommend just going to the bazaar and buying the Dagger of Absolution and the Ring of Insight that they have in the bazaar. Don't craft it because you're going to run out of crafting slots, and people sell it in the bazaar for like 20 gold. So don't waste your crafting on that. Just go ahead and buy it. For some reason, KingsIsle decided to make the healing one super difficult because they have healing 2 require 2 nightshade, 4 diamonds, and then healing 3 requires 6 nightshade and deep mushrooms, which these are pretty much like the same. These deep mushrooms get transmuted into nightshade, so I don't know why they require both. But yeah, this is an annoying recipe. Then you need the reagents that are from Mirage, so you also need these in order to craft healing 4, rank 7. So the mana wasn't as difficult as the other ones. And then I never crafted sneak, but this one you can sneak past enemies for 30 seconds. I could see people using sneak for sure, but it does cost 20 energy for 30 seconds. There's also splat, which is rank 2, costs 2 energy. Swat those pests. I'm guessing it just kills any pest, whatever rank, I'm hoping. We also have all these teleports, and most of these you can learn permanently if you farm the right bosses. I don't think you can learn the Arcanum one yet, but the other ones you can. So the Commons one, you have to farm Nightshade, and Jade Palace one, I'm assuming Jade Oni. Basically all the enemies that I fought in the rematch, you have to go and fight them in their respective, you know, final boss locations. That's pretty much it. Like, those are all the spells. So in terms of use, I think Sneak has use. The teleports could have use, but not as much. I don't feel like it's that worth it to, you know, need a teleport to any of these places because you can just use a spiral door and it's the same thing for free. We also have the fishing lugs could be useful, but I don't like having to fish in order to get a fishing luck. Like, that doesn't make sense, but hey, that's what it is. And then of course the other useful ones are going to be what I showed you guys, which is the second mark. But yeah, that is just a overview of maxing cantrips. Do I think it's worth it? Probably not. It's definitely not worth it right now. I'm just leaving Wisteria because I'm tired of seeing it. I've been in Wisteria for too long. I actually don't think that cantrips is worth it at all. It might be worth it to get to rank 6 only, because at rank 6 you can get these spells and have the second mark and recall, because that could be worth it. But beyond that, I don't see it being worth it. I don't see any of those heal radiants or the mana radiants being worth it at all, because there's so many wisps around this world, like in any world, that there is no reason for you to need to cast that with energy. I personally don't like that cantrips requires energy. I feel like that's an inconvenience when they could just use mana like all the other related spells for teleporting and marking and all that stuff. But hey, that's what they decided to do. So that's kind of annoying. That's one of the drawbacks of cantrips for sure. But getting to rank 9, I'm hoping it becomes more worth it later when they add more spells. They're going to be adding sigil support cantrips. There's nothing related to sigil support cantrips in the game right now. So we'll see what they add for that. If they add radiance cantrips that are learnable like permanently, could be more worth it. Then you wouldn't have to spend reagents on it. And the teleport cantrips are good if you want to farm for those. But yeah, as of right now, like, cantrips is alright. It's not the best, but I feel like it can definitely be improved, and I think they're going to do that in the future with new spells and all that. But yeah, that is going to do it for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed my suffering of, you know, leveling up cantrips. I don't recommend doing it unless you really want to and you have the reagents for it and the resources in the game, then maybe. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on your way out, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.